Hello, in this Kotlin programming video, we are going to look at the list collection and more specifically the list of method, which allows you to create, well, lists. So lists have, a fixed size. So let me show you something about lists. So actually, let me describe what list is. It's essentially it's an interface. It's a collection of elements. They inherit from the actual collection class. They are immutable and its method supports only read functionality. So once the data is set initially, you can't change it. So if you want an immutable collection, so almost an immutable array, list is the way to go. So if I create a very basic one, and I'll call this basic list, and equals list of, and then we can provide parameters in here. So let's say 1, 2, 3, values, and there we go. And we could loop through these values using a for loop. If you want to know more about these, feel free to have a look at that part of my series. For item in brackets, for item in basic list, and that basically will get every element and put in an item. I'm just going to print it out item. Okay, so this is a very simple example, as you can see. So once it's run, we should just get 1, 2, 3. Let me go on a slightly more complex example, and I'll call this basic2 list. And for this, we can mix and match. So we could have some numbers, we could have some strings. So maybe I'll have this one as a string. So I'll say hello. And they don't have to alternate, that's just the way I'm doing it. I'll show you. I could put another one here. I could say Farhan, which is my name. And in here, I'm going to print out all the items for basic2. And I'll just put a print line between these. And it's just going to be an empty print line. It's just so there's a gap. And here we go. Okay, so that's a slightly more complex list. If you want to specify the data type, so that way when you're writing here, it will only accept certain data type. That's really easy. So you can do var, let's say int list equals, you just specify the data type after here, you put colon, list, angle brackets, then you put the data type, so integer in this case, and we put list of angle brackets integer, and this should be a capital I, open close brackets, and then you put your values. So let's put 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, etc. If I copy this, the actual looping through it is the same process. So this will be called int list. And as you can imagine, you could have a Boolean list instead. This and this will be Boolean, and the values inside will be Boolean. You could do the same for string and any other data type, really. But I'll leave that as an extra task for you. Okay. Okay, so we got that printed off. I'm gonna. Oh, my throat's a bit. Oh, it's all right now. I think it sounds okay. So now the last one I want to show you is the any list, which is essentially the equivalent to what is inferred by this data type. So if I put var any list, and this basically allows you to mix and match the data types. You put colon, list, angle brackets, any, then you put equals list of angle brackets, any. And I love this any. Some languages don't have stuff like this, and Kotlin is just really amazing. So if I put 10, 20, and then I put my name, and I can print this out as well. So if I go to here, I want to change this to any. There we go. Okay, so if you want to basically get a particular element, so you don't want to loop over it like this, you can do something a bit more specific. So if I do print line, so let's say if I go to any list, I could do dot get, for example, then I could provide the index. If I provide 1, Remember, computers start at 0, so this will be 0, 1, 2. 1 should return a result of 20. There we go. There's a bunch of other stuff. We can check if it's empty. We can also drop stuff as well, so we can actually remove part of it. We can check if it contains a particular element. We can check if it contains a whole nother list. I'll provide a link to all of those methods, but as long as you understand everything that we've done today here, you're all good to go. So thanks for watching. You've done quite a lot, so if you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.